All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me fix this. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Happy NFP Day. Happy NFP Day. What's going on, guys? NFP's non-farm payroll. Very, very important news to be aware of. Very, very big news. I'm late. I'm not late. It's called having a waiting room. So the algorithm pushes that we're live and then we jump on. Everyone's kicking off today. It's Friday, guys. Come on, it's Friday. Where's the enthusiasm? Audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. YouTube guys, for you guys new here, my name is Aaron Trades, also known as Aaron. I've been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on gold futures here in the European session. So welcome back, everyone. We'll break down gold. We'll break down NQ. We'll have a look at ES. I had a very nice inverse head and shoulders buy today. I actually took an initial loss on the day. I got back in off a very nice, just inverse head and shoulders play. Nice buy up into a trendline liquidity and a very, very nice play. Yeah, true, Shane. True. Yeah, exactly. We have to, you gotta let the waiting room open for a couple of minutes, otherwise no one's gonna know we're here. If we jump straight in and give the analysis, you know, people say, I'll break down gold, then we'll say, can you break down gold again? So, it's, part of breaking down. Excuses. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Let me see here. Let me just move my screens around, guys. 2 seconds. Put its new location. I know you might have to take a. It's not sunny at all today. Take a screenshot of it. Put it as a background for the green screen when we go to Europe. Yeah, absolutely. Just got my 10K payout today. Let's go. Amazing. 10K payout on a Friday is absolutely incredible. Amazing work. Beautiful work. So yeah, we'll have a look at gold today, guys. Have a look at gold. Have a look at NQ. Break down all markets. We obviously have the big non-farm payroll today. 1:30 London time. It does look grim outside. It looks very stormy. Very stormy here today in the Gold Coast. But yeah, final stream with this background. Final stream with the background here today. Heading off to Europe on Monday. So yeah, W payout. Yeah, huge payout. 10K is incredible. A trader. On my first gold trade today. Nice, good man. It's very big. Yeah, good man. Treat them, absolutely. Yeah, 10K is incredible, man. Absolutely well done. That's absolutely fantastic. So today on the calendar, guys, we do have we got non-farm payroll today. 1:30 London time. 1:30 London time. We got non-farm payroll today, and it's first trading day of August. That's what we were just saying on the Zoom chat. I can't believe we're in August. More than halfway through the year, which is crazy. This year's absolutely flying by. Like I said yesterday, you know, August can typically be a much quieter month. But to be honest, with the way the markets are looking, I actually think August could be a very good month. Gold on the monthly time frame, which we'll have a look, ended up leaving a massive rejection, and we could be in for some potential sells on gold coming into August. US non-farm payroll there. 10:30 my time, 1:30 London time. So yeah, I took 2 trades in Asia today. I took an initial $140 loss. Then I got back in and made about 310. Are you going to miss Oz? Yeah, I will, Nick. Yeah, I will, man. I will. There's a lot of things I'm going to miss for sure. There's a lot of things I'm excited about, but there's a lot of things I'm going to miss. Absolutely. Other than this, today, The biggest thing I will miss is the weather, man. Not the weather man, like the guy who tells weather. The weather, common man. The weather in Australia is what I'll miss the most. It's pretty much, other than today, like I say, blue skies every day. The lifestyle, yeah, I'll miss it for sure, man. But I'm excited for a bit of a change. I'm looking forward to trading on actual European morning times with you guys. You know, we sit down in the morning, we have our coffee, and we get straight to it. Nah, I don't trade Asia, man. Nah, don't trade Asia on stream. We just do London. So I was doing Asia and London, but it's just, yeah, it's too many, unfortunately, man. A lot of my Asia trades are just kind of focused on the higher time frame and, you know, executing and letting it breathe. So I had 2 trades today, guys. I had where was our initial buys? I had initial buys from here in Asia, looking for something like this. However, once price failed to, I think, was it around here? You guys, I shared it in Discord. But once price failed to drive here, I decided to close the trade like here. And then, you know, I cut this trade at minus 150 before it then ended up coming much lower. So managed the risk perfectly there, and then took another buy here. Once this 5-minute grab lows held support, took another buy here as well. So yeah, 2 trades for me today in Asia, which is, like I said to you guys, I've maybe taken like 2 or 3 trades this whole week. I did also take it on just a combine as well. So yeah, I just took on a combine and my express funded account. So we'll see what we get for today, guys. Like I say, it's NFP day, but price action in Asia was very volatile, but it was pretty nice. You know, we had this massive trend line coming down. You guys know the way we like to trade trend lines. Trend lines is usually a trap where, you know, people try and short the trend line, sit their stops just above, looking for the huge play back down, or, you know, they short here, sit their stops above the highs, and if gold's going to have a true move up or down, it loves to come and grab the trend line. So look at this. Where did we just tap into? Tapped into the very, very high of the trend line. And that's why trend line liquidity can be so good. One of my favorite, up there with one of my favorite strategies on gold. You wait for the trend line liquidity to be formed, and you can get amazing trades. Yep, absolutely. Didn't get to meet you this time. Maybe next time when you come to Oz, let's catch up. Yeah, 100%, man. Absolutely. Like any of you guys who are tuning in here on Zoom or on YouTube, you know, if I ever post up a story on Instagram, you know, I'm in the same place that you guys are in. You know, drop me a message. Let's, you know, meet up for a coffee, talk about trading. I'm always up for meeting up, talking about trading, and, you know, grabbing a coffee, man. Absolutely. Anytime you guys see me in your place, always, you know, feel free to message. I'm always traveling around and exploring new places, so I'm always up for catching up with other traders. Absolutely. Yeah, I seen that combine challenge. I missed the Asia stream today. What is it there? It's Dakota and Barron's doing it, right? I'd like to visit all places, man. I'd like to visit all places. So, yeah. So, I didn't hold this as much as I would have liked when we were buying here. You guys in Zoom, we shared this in Discord. Our initial buys was up into this liquidity level here, and you did end up coming up to grab the highs. Now, why did I have these highs as a liquidity target? The trend line. The trend line is what gave me the reason to want to target this high here. And you also had this here. I think it was a double top on the currency chart, which you can actually see here. So this was the double top from this morning, and you can actually see here it didn't really get grabbed on the futures chart. But if you have a look at the currency chart, again, this is the reason that we like to watch both, is you can see it got grabbed pretty perfectly. Really, really nice. Came up, tagged highs. I like how you do your analysis on the 5-minute time frame. Elaborate on why. I actually don't, to be honest, man. I try and do all the analysis in the higher time frame than 5-minute just for execution. So to me, this trade today was based off the higher time frame, man. The 5 minutes is a time frame purely for executing. I wouldn't even try and do analysis on the 5-minute. I would just do it on the higher time frame, and then, you know, we'll use the 5-minute to press buy and sell. But to be honest, you know, you don't even really need to. I honestly wouldn't focus on the 5-minute when you guys are trying to get consistent with the gold and the strategy. I would focus on 15-minute, 30-minute, hourly. I wouldn't worry too much about the 5-minute. Because if you manage too aggressive on the 5 minute, like here, if it closes bearish, you cut your trade, it ends up doing exactly what you want. So let's have a look at, let's do some fresh analysis here, guys. Let me get rid of all of this analysis. That was the inverse head and shoulders from the Asian session. Liquidity levels got grabbed beautifully, so I'm still going to keep that one marked on. The reason this was a nice level is because I imagine a lot of people would have been trying to short here, where they sit their stops just above these highs. So you're trying to buy up into where most people are trying to sell, and that's exactly how we trade gold here. You're trying to buy up into where most people are trying to sell, and you also had a very nice liquidity level here as well. So there's actually some pretty decent pre-London buys here today. I wasn't able to trade pre-London today. I was getting in one of my final jiu-jitsu sessions, but you ended up having a lovely push here pre-London as well. Where should you meet up in London? Drop me a message on Instagram, man. If you Topstep have put my Instagram link below. If you check my story, see where I'm at. You know, if I'm ever in your town, man, drop me a message. So let's do some top-down analysis here on gold, guys. Obviously, we do have NFP today. We got London Open in about 15 minutes as well. Today is also the first trading day of the month. So looking at the monthly closure here on gold, to me, on the currency chart more so, this looks like a very nice evening star play, where we could see gold have a potential retracement, you know, back down into 3,300 and back down into 3,250 this month. So I like sells on gold coming into this month. So very nice monthly rejection, you know, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 months. We failed to close above, oh no, my light just died. Oh no. We failed to close well, that'll do. We failed to close above 3,400, which is a very big psychological level on the higher time frame, which on the monthly time frame we've never actually closed above. So it was a very big rejection last week, you know, grabbed a lot of highs, held the resistance, squeezed lower after having a massive fake out in June. So now for me, overall next targets on gold is more downside. Now, in terms of intraday, you know, we can be much more neutral on that, but sometimes it's always good to, you know, have that higher time frame understanding of what the markets are doing in order to be able to get a better understanding of how to trade intraday. I do still kind of see this big move down here and think, you know, if August is going to be a bearish month, well, we know that the monthly candle is going to need a top wick. So there's the potential for maybe some early bullishness in the start of August. Before then, we see some sell-offs. So I do like potential longs on the daily here on gold. Now, 4-hour time frame, we have still some nice liquidity levels up here, and this previous 4-hour from yesterday as well. Previous 4-hour did just close bullish here on gold. Let me have a look at my currency chart. Currency chart, 4 hours, kind of grabbing the lows, grabbing the highs, kind of stuck in a little bit of a range. Got 2 hours till it's going to close. So not too much here on the 4-hour. Hourly time frame, yeah, I think you're going to squeeze up more here. Now, one thing to note before NFP, which we do see a lot, is you can leave a lot of liquidity levels right before the news. And if you try and trade into them pre-London, sometimes it can hold, you know, double tops and double bottoms and trend lines very well. And then right before the news, it ends up having the real big push. Let me see. So bit of a potential hourly fake out here coming on gold. You know, we've just closed above this resistance. We're tapping into previous hourly lows. What will be interesting is if we actually close back below here at the London Open for potential top wicks and sells. I don't really have many downside targets right now. The nicest targets today was buying up into this liquidity. Now that we've grabbed the liquidity, is there potential for a bit of a further pullback? Yeah, maybe. I think if we're going to short gold, I think it would be best to wait for a closure back below this level here, which is around about 33.40. So yeah, you know, tag the highs, see if you can break out here. I do show up to Daniel streams. I always show up to Daniel streams, man, when I got time. Always do. We stay on Zoom until like 9:30ish. I think by that time Daniel's pretty much jumped off, but I still jump on Daniel's stream, man. How do you get the weak levels here? No, you just put them on manually. It's just gold absolutely loves. Gold loves to respect the 50 and the 100 levels on the higher time frame. So 3,500, 3,450, 3,400, 3,350, and so on and so on. And I just kind of mark them on as, you know, my weekly resistance, 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 and then support, support, support. Yeah, gold, if you look back at gold in the higher time frame, it loves to respect these higher time frame round psychological levels. They get played very, very well. You know, typically if you close below 3,450, where's your next target? 3,400. Then back below that, where's your next target? Here. So now that we're trading back below our daily level of 3,350, where could we next see? Potentially 3,300. Aaron is the indicator, yeah. What's going on, Brett? Good to have you in the Zoom, man. Yes, swing low would be a liquidity grab. I just don't think you're going to get that big of a push here in the London session. I'm also just trying to understand what can London do. You know, we're here for the next like hour and 10 minutes, so we're trying to understand what's going to happen in the next hour and a half. In terms of what's going to happen in the next hour and a half, we probably want to see this. We probably want to see this hourly close. If we fake out, yeah, there's a potential for sales, but we're also tagging previous hourly lows. So let's see how we react around lows. And see if we fake out. But yeah, overall, yeah, I love these lows on gold. I love these day lows. But in terms of for the London session, I don't think we're gonna play it just yet. Yeah, gold loves the hundreds and the 50 levels. You can sometimes even watch the 25 levels and the 75 levels, but then I find it just gets a bit too messy. What I do like to do is, you know, if you guys want to keep it cleaner, you can actually change the visibility so these just show on the higher time frame. So then we drop down to like the 30, for example. They're gone just to keep it clean. See, my 3,400's gone. But if I go back to the 4 hour, it will show up again. See, just to keep it clean if you really want to. But I just like to keep them on. Popping Jersey, yeah, I will be, Jason. Yep, I will be, man. I will be. Absolutely, I'm coming back for some friends' weddings. So yeah, I will be, man. So yeah, we got London open in about 10 minutes here, guys. Let's have a look at NQ. I think we got. Let me have a look at my currency chart. I think we got time here on gold. Kind of want to see this. Hourly closure to see if we're gonna get this fake out, or if we're gonna potentially squeeze higher. I do really like these highs here on gold. Same as the currency. You got these highs at around 33.15. These highs right here. But again, if we're gonna come up this high for a decent liquidity grab, I believe we're probably gonna do that on NFP. You know, for gold in the London session before NFP, you kind of want to just be playing the ranges and just trade the range. I'm not looking for, you know, big massive moves into this liquidity or all the way down here. I'm probably just looking to play this range. Have a look at NQ. No, but let's have a look at NQ. Let's have a look. 39. Nice. Yeah, nice. I like that, man. Let me see. Let's have a look at NQ. NQ had a very decent sell-off yesterday. Very big sell-off. I did close. I closed a good amount of my swing stock positions because August and September are typically the most bearish months for the stock market. And like I was saying, I think we were talking about this yesterday. Even a 5% correction would be nice, which kind of brings you back down to that previous breakout level from May and also 22,000. You did still close bullish on the monthly time frame, but you failed to close above 23.5. So potential pullbacks coming. I think it's probably one of the most bearish, and you can kind of see here. Look at this price action on NQ. Look how kind of corrective this has just been. It's been very, you know, we have been pushing up, but it's been very corrective. And this closure yesterday grabbed the highs in a big, strong bearish engulfing candle. I wouldn't be too surprised to see NQ come back down to these lows from the 22nd of July. So let me just see my comments right here. It's not mad, but you can watch it back on the Topstep channel. So yeah, big bearish engulfing candle yesterday on NQ, as well as grabbing the previous highs, closing bearish. What do we do here for Asia? Decent sell-off, Tried to have a little bit of a pullback here in Asia, but you can continue pushing down. I think if you're going to see a sell-off back down into these lows here, I would anticipate a little bit of a pullback first. See if you can pull back first. You know, if I was going to short NQ back down into these lows here, I'd be surprised to see it push from here. Yeah, literally, bro. Yeah, I don't ever trade NFP. To be honest, sometimes I even stop trading. Like sometimes around like Thursday, sometimes even Thursday leading up to NFP, the price actually could be pretty hard to read. But yeah, I personally, I never trade. I never trade NFP. It gets way too volatile. It used to be way more volatile than what it was back in the day. Back in the day, gold used to go absolutely nuts on NFP. It still has big moves, but not as crazy as it used to be. But yeah, looking here at NQ, if you hold this support and breakout, there's potential to squeeze this higher. Right now, we are grabbing highs, hourly fake out, and still squeezing lower. So again, I'm not going to be buying NQ yet, but let's see how we react around these lows. See if we can find some support and push up. How do you draw the line like this? You mean this one here? If you mean this one, it's just an actual trend line that I've just made dotted. If that's the one you mean, man. They're just my they're my liquidity levels. I use my dotted line for liquidity levels, then I'll use the horizontal rays for intraday support and resistance levels. Chart colors, definitely, man. Let me see. Here. And have a bit of a gradient on in the background as well. Here. After all my bottom and top wick questions today, finally took a trade with your strategy confluence with mine. Oh, nice. Worked a treat. Nice, man. Nice. Let me see. Yeah, beautiful, man. Right after grabbing the highs in the currency as well. Oh yeah, if you want to do the line straight, yeah, I just hold down shift. See, it's kind of like this, but if I hold down shift, then it goes straight. Here. And when you're drawing it, you hold down command, then you can see the magnet tool come on. So then you can just hold down commands, put it on, and then hold down shift, and you get it perfect. I like it to be I like it to be nice and straight. Trade I took today, man, was an inverse head and shoulders play on gold. From here. Morning star play on the 15-minute left shoulder, head, right shoulder with a big trend line liquidity. So I took this little buy here, man. To be honest, I really wanted to hold this much longer. But given the fact that it was NFP, I was like, nah, it's not worth holding this long. So I just took from like here to here. We got London open in 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. See if gold can break out, or if we continue to range, we'll see what we can get for the London session here. We'll also watch how NQ is going to react around these lows for a potential bounce. ES, I imagine is pretty similar. Yeah, ES pretty similar. Had a massive, big sell-off yesterday. Look at this huge sell-off. Imagine if ES can come all the way back down to 6100. That would be huge, huge. Let's get rid of all this. Yeah, grab the highest close bearish. Yeah, I would like to continue selling NQ, but again, if I'm going to continue selling NQ and ES, I wouldn't be shorting from here. I'd want to see a little bit of a pullback. So we'll see how the London opens. Do you believe that Monday and Friday be better avoided? No, not really. No. Mondays used to be one of my worst days. But that's because I was probably getting way too trigger happy after the weekend. You know, after the weekend, you're like, oh, I'm ready to go. Let me just start jumping every position. But no, I don't really, I don't find it to be like a non-trade day or anything like that. None of my stats really tell me that I shouldn't be trading that day. Let me just remove this light somewhere. Is that a bit better? It's so dull in this room. I tried to buy a light to make it a little bit brighter, but very dull in this room. But no, I don't really have any days that I find are like, oh, this is my worst day, so I'm not going to trade this day. If the setup's there on gold, yeah, I'm trading it. I don't have a stupid question. No such thing as a stupid question here, man. What broke you? I'm using the TopstepX platform, man. This is Topstep's platform, TopstepX. So we do the execution and analysis, man. London Open coming up here, guys. Let's see this Audi close here on gold. Let's see this Audi closure. It's looking like we're gonna fake out, but we are right at the support. I'm kind of looking at this on my currency chart, and we are right at the support. So you did have an hourly fake out there. Yeah, that's a very good point, bro. They absolutely do. So you kind of grab the highs, closed bearish, but is there any downside targets here? Not really. You're almost selling right into 4-hour support as well, which doesn't make that much sense. The fact that we're opening and pushing down, I wouldn't be too surprised if we find some support and have a little bit of a pullback here. I have a pretty neutral bias here for London. Let's see if NQ can shape up nicer. I think NQ might be nicer today. We've kind of seen NQ being a lot nicer recently in the London session. So hourly candle still closed bearish, but kind of holding this support. So potential for, how's the 4-hour looking here on NQ? Yeah, potential for this to have a bit of a pullback. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, last week's low looks nice as well. But again, you know, if I'm gonna be shorting down into this liquidity level, you'd want to be seeing a little bit of a pullback. So I'm wondering if we can see if we can have a pullback before then getting short. How did copper end up closing yesterday after copper had the insane sell-off? Did we? I said not to trade it yesterday because I imagine it would just range, and yeah, it's pretty much what we did yesterday, which is completely expected. I know some of you guys were asking yesterday, you know, what's the strategy or what's the plan on copper? After this big of a move down, it's absolutely nothing. You know, when you've grabbed highs and ripped down this much, I think you dropped like 25% or something. That's a market that you look at and go, wow, that's pretty incredible. Let's not trade it. You know, a lot of people try and buy it back up or try and continue selling it with no risk to reward. But after big pushes like that, you're very likely to get aggressive ranges. Yeah, pre-NFP is always slow. Yep, I agree. It can be very hit and miss. How many trading strategies do you currently use? I mean, it's the same strategy. Like, my strategy is the same. I have, I guess you could say, different entry models, but it's pretty much the same thing. The biggest thing from my strategy is trading into liquidity grabs, trying to identify these levels and trading into them. But in terms of the entry requirements, yeah, you know, there can be a few. You know, it could be like fake outs, morning stars or evening stars. You know, trading the trendline liquidity. There's a few different ways to get into the trade, but the actual strategy and the foundations of it is the exact same thing. What do you think about the potential for the higher low at 32? GC's starting to maybe move up. 32. This low hit, like for price to come down and grab that low. It could be interesting. Yeah, you could target them lows. I would say wait for a breakout though. The only thing is with targeting them lows, you know, that was a pretty strong 4-hour fake out. You closed bearish, you closed straight back bullish. But yeah, could you come down and tag these lows? Yeah, maybe. I'd want to see a closure below here first. If you do get a closure back below there, then yeah, that would be a pretty easy target of like 100 ticks, which is a very, very big range. I wouldn't be looking to take a 100 tick range here in London pre-NFP. I'll take half of that. Yeah, ES still squeezing lower. NQ still squeezing lower as well. Let's see how you're gonna bounce here. Let me just grab a drink, guys. I'll be 2 seconds. Yeah, NQ still squeezing lower. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't, like I say, I wouldn't short NQ this low. But if you can maybe fake out from this support, I wouldn't mind seeing some potential pullback buys here. It's too, like I say, it's way too low for me to want to sell. Gold coming down, tagging previous hourly lows, so you could find some support below these lows. Let's see if you can hold some support here and have a little bit of a bounce. There is potential shaping up here. We need to see a little bit more price action. Any advice? I'm doing great at passing the evals pretty consistently, and then cut myself off in losses on the Express account. I mean, good job on passing the evals consistently, man. That's most people don't even get that far. So, good job on that part. In terms of trading the funded accounts better and trading your Express fund account better is again, it's hard to know exactly without knowing, your trades and the behind the scenes. But I would say for the most part, the biggest reason people do so well on combines and then so much more poorly on the funded accounts is pure emotions and the pure attachment to the money. People are so focused on, I'm going to make this much money and this is going to be my sort of like get out of jail card. Whereas you have to trade from that neutral perspective of you're not really trying to trade the P&L, you're trying to trade the charts. Like I say, I don't know if that's what may be your issue, but I know for most people, the biggest issue is trying to trade the P&L, not the charts. They're just trying to chase that first payout or chase the new $150 day instead of just focusing on taking good trades. That's what I say to you guys, hide the P&L, hide your minimum losses, change your settings to, showing it in ticks. Do anything you can to detach from the money, because when you detach from the money and you just focus on taking good trades, that's when you'll trade better. And if you focus on taking good trades and you do it consistently, well, you're going to make money. You're not going to take good trades and not make money. So again, it's like I say, I don't know the exact reason, but for most people, it is usually, and I say most people, my absolute self included, the reason I used to lose so many fund accounts is because I was purely just chasing money. And I wasn't focusing on taking good trades. I was just trying to chase a payout. And like I say, trading is one of the things where the more you chase the money, the harder it's going to be. So do as much as you can to detach from the money. And that's what I think is amazing here about the TopstepX platform, is all the different risk management features, but also the ability to just focus on the tick amounts. And, one thing you don't want to do, which I used to do a lot, is always, people check their P&L trade by trade and day by day. What you guys should be doing is not even looking at it. Like I very rarely go on and looking at it, like, what's my P&L this week? It's like, I'll look at it at like the end of the month, or, the end of the past like 2 weeks, and be like, how well have I traded over the past 2 weeks? Oh, cool, I made money, great. Can I take a payout? Oh yeah, nice, let me take a payout. Whereas too many people are so focused on, today I made this, or today I did this. Like you're too busy focusing on the now as opposed to the bigger picture. Like I say, you should only be checking your weekly and monthly P&L like once or twice a month. You look back at the month and you go, that was a great month. How many green $150 days do I have? Oh, sweet, I had 6. Great, I can take a payout. But my trading decisions don't come based on that. Whereas for most people in the early days, they do. And myself included, I would be always so focused on trying to hit that green $200 day. Whereas now it's like I don't even think about it. If I have a good day, great. I don't go look back and go, how many days have I got? This many, okay, I can take a payout. I just trade. Just focus on taking good trades. And as a byproduct of taking good trades, you'll get payouts and you'll consistently make money. Try and detach from the P&L as much as you can. I know it's easier said than done, and a lot of it does come from like my numbness to the markets comes from, losing funded accounts and having a good month and then blowing it all in one day. There's so many things in trading that you can't learn from the book. You have to learn from the hard moments in trading. That's how I found I've become more numb to it, is just by taking so many losses that you get to a point, it's like, man, let me just stop doing these same mistakes that I keep making. Potential gold buys here soon. Yeah, personally, yeah, lockout is a game changer for me. So many times I make bank and then think it's okay to jump in more trades and it ruined me. Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Yeah, me too. Yeah, set yourself a trade limit as well. Like, you know, limit yourself to, you know, 1 to 2 trades a day max, and that's more than enough. More than enough. On the settings here, dollar amount here, you change it to dollar, ticks, percent, or points. The best way to measure gold is ticks. I have mine on dollar because I don't really care too much about seeing the dollar amount when I'm just trading 1 to 2 contracts. But yeah, if you know if it's affecting you too much, change it to ticks. The more you can relate to the tick amount, then the more you can actually focus on scaling as well. When you look back at the end of the month, you go, oh, this month I made 300 ticks. Wow, if I trade that one contract, it'd be, you know, 3,000. That's amazing. Yeah, there's potential buys shaped up here on gold. I'm just trying to wait to see how this 15 minutes going to close. We came down, we grabbed lows. If we re-break the highs, there's potential longs here on gold. I am going to trade my combine today though, because I've already made money on the funded account and I don't want to trade that before P&L. I'm actually going to lock this out. I'm locking it out all day. Express fund account 150k is locked out for the day. $310 before NFP is good. I'll trade the combine instead. This is a nice potential flip here on gold. We've got the first 15 minutes of the London session coming in 3 minutes. Potential gold buys here. Potential gold buys. Remember guys, it's pre-NFP as well. Pre-NFP can be choppy, so either reduce the risk or do what I'm doing and just trade a different account. I'm watching the 15 here on the currency. This is looking pretty nice here. 30 minutes also re-breaking higher. Previous hourly also grabbing previous hourly lows. So if we get a nice 15 closure here to bottom wick, yeah, I might see if we can get longs. And you're looking to get long on gold, probably back up into here. Back up into like maybe 46, 47. I actually don't know what it is on futures. I'm pretty sure there's a link to it somewhere. Is having multiple funded accounts good? I personally think it is, yeah. It takes off a lot of stress of having to put pressure on myself to make money on the one account. I feel like I make again, once you get consistent, absolutely get consistent first before you focus on having more accounts. But yeah, definitely, rather than trying to make, I said this, I think I said this in one of my reels recently. You know, if your goal is to make like 2,000 to 3,000 a month from trading, which is extremely conservative and realistic, well, rather than trying to force that on one account, it's better to diversify across a few. Personally, it also takes off a lot of stress rather than having to perform on the one account. Like if I, you know, worst case scenario, and this is why sometimes I still trade combines as well. If on a worst case scenario, you know, I lost my 50k funded account, well then at least I've got another one ready to go. As much as you know, obviously I don't want to lose it, but you know, it's always possible. You know, there's always a losing streak right around the corner. But sometimes I'll build up combines that are ready to activate as well, just in case anything crazy happens, and I can, you know, use them and keep them in the background. But yeah, I feel like it takes off. I feel like it takes off a lot of pressure. But yeah, I've got the 5i here on Topstep, and I'm just trading some combines on days like this as well. Yeah, trying to trade just one, it can be very stressful. You can sometimes put too much pressure on yourself. Yeah, I have 5 XFAs and then just 2 combines running as well. So 15th closing bearish here, guys. I was hoping we could wick up a little bit more, but if we open with the bottom wick, I might still get longs. This is a pretty decent liquidity grab of these lows. I like buys in this next 15. 30 minute here on the currency as well. Let's grab the previous lows. You're looking like you're going to flip back bullish. So bottom wick on this next 15. I'm going to see if I can take it. I'll probably trade micros here. What would the stops be? What's the stops? Stops will be around, yeah, around 20 ticks. It's not the biggest of range though, so we'll be able to manage risk pretty quick. We're trying to see if we can get gold up into this head and shoulders area. off a nice 15-minute liquidity gap. Look at this. Came down, grabbed the lows. We're trying to see if we can get gold back to here. So bottom wick on this next 15. We'll see if we can get it. A little bit more than that, though. A little bit more than that, Goldie. Oh, was that the very, very quick bottom wick there? I mean, it did give a bottom wick. It was very quick, though. Unless you pressed buy the second it opened, I don't think you would have been quick enough to get that there. No, I don't copy trade all the accounts. They're all at different balances, so you can't copy trade all of them. I was copy trading like 2 to 3, but no, I don't like to personally. That was a very, very, very quick bottom wick there. Too quick for me to take it. What would you be looking at? Managing soon. Let's have a look at NQ here. Wow, decent sell-off here in NQ. Very, very decent sell-off. Failed to close back above. Broke straight back below. In on micros, yeah, nice man, nice. The fact that we're opening and instantly pushing up makes me think we may hold this. Let's see. It's the first. It's the last stream in Australia. I feel like we got to get a good trade here today. How do you manage multiple accounts? I have my main account, which is 150, and if that one's locked out for the day like today, but I still see a good opportunity, I might want to trade the other ones, then I can. So I have my main 1 or 2 that I focus on. And if I've got a payout coming on them, I took a payout on the 150 today. I took a payout this morning. So then I'll lock it out, and then if I want to trade later on, then I'll just trade one of the other ones. I have like 1 or 2 that are my main focus. I might same as I'm trying to trade NQ a little bit more, so I might use the 50 to take some trades on NQ, for example, to give it a bit of a tester. But my main accounts, I just use for gold. Just use for Goldie. Sound sensation. Now I had my 5th on my main London account that I had, but in order to take it to live, I had to have a minimum of 5,000 in that account, which I was I think I was around like 2,000. So grabbing the highs, come back down here. A little bit of a range here on gold, guys. A little bit of a range. Just all these wicks. I'm just kind of looking at these big wick rejections. Yeah, not only is there wick rejections, also some pretty big fake out levels. So kind of here, I'm just looking to the left. I'm going, cool, nice wick rejections here. Nice wick rejections. Nice support. Broke below, above. Nice fake outs. Above and below again. Nice fake out. Resistance. Intraday resistance. So we got, this is the kind of tight range that we got gold in here. We've got support being formed down here. We've got resistance being formed. If we break above or below, I think we could have some nice trades. But anything in between is tough. What do you think about Ethereum? Let's have a look. Have a look at some crypto. Absolutely. Let me just see. I don't think we can, what was it? Let's have a look at Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin, but I know we're in a bit of a range on Bitcoin. Wow, starting to pull back again. Look at that, Bitcoin pulling back in. Bitcoin having a decent pullback. Yep. Bitcoin coming back into a nice round psychological level, 115 there. Be interesting to see if you can bounce from here, had that monthly close. Nice rejection, instant monthly bottom wick though. I would be looking for Bitcoin to find some resistance here. Excuse me. Yeah, what is it? Gold, potential 50-minute fake out sells on gold. Got this all blocked up here. 15-minute, I'm just watching here. My current shark just came up and grabbed the highs. If you top weight, there's a potential to short gold. Because you're going to break out of this little range as well. Yeah, we'll get reviewed, yeah. Yeah, ES selling off, NQ selling off. The only thing about ES and NQ is you've kind of already had a pretty decent sell-off. That there's no real risk to reward to want to chase this. I think gold shorts would give a much nicer risk to reward. I kind of look at this on ES and NQ and think, well, you've already pushed down this much. I'm not going to start jumping in sells down here. To me, this has already had the big push. You know, if you were shorting, maybe it was back up here pre-London. I personally wouldn't be shorting this low. But yeah, it is having a nice breakout. I think gold could give us a nicer short. How's the euro been? Let's have a look at the euro. Nice. Yeah, lock it in, man. $209 pre-NFP is amazing. Yeah, lock it in, man. Absolutely. Good job. Beautiful work. Smallest proper account size you'd actually recommend start making decent money. Oh, 50 easily. You can make great consistent payouts on a 50. On a 50 on gold, you can trade. You know, I used to trade one contract and manage my risk very, very, very well. I had 5 payouts from that 50k London account that I had from January all the way until June. And just trading one contract is more than enough on gold. More than enough. You know, you get like a 50, you know, a 20 to 50 tick move. That's $200 to $500 on a 50k, and you can easily manage risk on that as well. To me, that's more than enough on a 50. Euro looks very choppy here leading up to NFP. Potential 15-minute breakout coming here on gold. You're tagging the highs, you're closing bearish. You're also about to get the first 30-minute close here at the London session. So we'll see if we can break out here on gold, guys. We're in a very, very tough range here. Very, very tough range. Remember, guys, don't go too crazy pre-NFP. If we get a trade together, fantastic, we'll take it. But we don't want to get chopped up in this range for the sake of it. So buys above, you know, you got a nice pullback trade. You close below, then there's nice short pullbacks as well. So you got gold trapped right now, which is good. Now we're just letting gold break out and come to us. Yeah, next week, guys, I won't be on stream Monday and Tuesday. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm heading to Europe on Monday, and I'm heading on Monday afternoon, well, Monday morning London time, and I won't get there till Tuesday. And I'll be probably pretty jet lagged, but we should be back to business on Wednesday next week. $20 points on gold's huge. To lose the account, you'd have to lose 200 ticks. That's huge. To lose 200 ticks in a row. Again, it depends on your risk management. That's huge. No more beach sunsets. I know, man. I know. Do you have a set schedule for your personal account live streams? As soon as I'm set up in Europe, man, we'll bring them back at least 3 times a week. I meant to jump on one today. We usually do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but today I had my final jiu-jitsu session before I head off, so I was unable to make it today. Look at this on gold. You're going to break above, or you're going to break below? Gold's trapped here. Yeah, I'm heading to Europe on Monday, man. Heading over to Europe. I got to go for friends' weddings, and then we're going to Spain in August. Scott would have waited for the short. Probably would have been up big. Did he go short? What did he go short on? NQ? I missed slow markets today. Did he get a short? Yeah, definitely keep watching safe in Europe. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I miss Australia. I trust you, man. No, I'm gonna miss it, but it's a new chapter, new adventure, and new travels. Where did he get a short in slow markets? Gi or Nogi? I do both, man. I do both. Today was Nogi. Sammy gets to see the world. Yeah, Sammy gets to travel to Europe. Sammy gets to travel. We trade here so Sammy can go traveling. Oh wow, really? Nice. Where did he get short from? I missed it. Gold 15 close coming up here, guys. Looking pretty choppy here on my currency chart. Not really showing us yet anything yet, unfortunately. Unfortunately, like I say, it's pre-NFP. This is looking pretty choppy in here. The nicest trade was the buys up into the liquidity level today. Now that you've hit the liquidity, you've held the resistance. You know, you're kind of trapped. We got a 30-minute close coming in here as well. I mean, unless the 30-minute can close bullish, then it could be nice. But gold's in a little bit of a range. Oh, that's a good question. If you could pick one country to settle and trade, what would it be? Man, that's a good question. That's a good question. For me, it would be right now Europe. Only because at this current time in my life, I want to trade in the morning and then enjoy the rest of my day. When I first came to Australia, it was the opposite. You know, I liked how I could enjoy my day, then trade in the evening. Like right now, here it's, you know, 5:30 in the evening. So I've kind of had all day to do what I want and trade in the evening. But to be honest, I'm looking forward to going back to Europe and trading first thing in the morning. Trade first thing in the morning, you know. I feel like I'm fresh. I'm mentally active in the mornings. So right now it would be Europe. But again, you know, Asia's amazing as well, because in Asia, you know, you can, not that you should try and hit all sessions, but in Asia, you know, you can kind of trade London mid-morning, I think it's at, or like very early afternoon, and then still trade New York as well. I know, man, you're going to miss it for sure. Yeah, Italy, I really wanted to do, which I still think we're going to try and do. The visa situation was just so hard. It was just so hard. Oh man, Switzerland is my dream place to go to. You have 0% tax on futures trading. Is that true? Switzerland is my dream place to move to, man. You have 0 tax on futures trading? Really? Oh man, if I could move to Switzerland, I absolutely would. Switzerland looks beautiful. Me and my girlfriend, yeah, we always talk about Switzerland one day. Living nature off grid would be incredible. Yeah, that's it, Sean. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, man, is being able to actually switch off in the evenings. Because right now here in Australia, you know, I'm pretty much trading sometimes until like 9, 10 o'clock at night, which is fine, but sometimes it can be it can get a bit tough. You know, both have their pros and cons. I'll do a video at some point about the pros and cons of trading in Australia. Both had their pros and cons. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the most. What Sean said there is actually being able to enjoy my evenings and relax. You know, trade in the morning when I'm the most fresh, ready to go, and yeah, enjoy the evenings. Singapore does, yep, Singapore does. I've been to Singapore. Singapore is very cool. No trades for me just yet, man. I'm waiting for gold to break out of this range. Same time, even when I'm done, I'm cheeky looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, Switzerland would be beautiful. Switzerland's a dream place. Again, I think it's very hard to get to. Brexit really ruined everything for us. Gold chopping a bit here, guys. I do like these breakout longs, but this range is not it. This range is not it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to that the most, man. And trade in the mornings and then just, yeah, enjoy and unwind in the evenings, especially with my partner as well. It's very hard to sustain the lifestyle that we have here. Unless I was swing trading, maybe it'd be a different story. But right now, with, you know, how the day trades go and the stream is going, yeah, I want to be active. What's this? Capital gains from futures, as long as you are not classified as a professional trader, are not considered taxable income. What? They're regarded as tax-free private investment gains. Damn. That's crazy. That's amazing. Yeah, NQ's selling off like crazy. All before NFP as well, which is very, very, very surprising. Huge sell-off. NQ, yeah, absolutely done. But look at this. How much are we down? Wow, look at this. This is huge. That's amazing. Again, though, it's one of them where it's like it's kind of hard to trade it here in London. You know, yeah, I think shorting up here would have been amazing. But in terms of shorting when we've jumped on it, it's kind of hard for me to want to short here. But this is a huge push down. Huge, huge, huge push down. Do we have any news here? This is a crazy sell-off on NQ. NQ's getting all the volume here. Goldie's not really doing too much. 30 minutes just kind of closed, holding support, holding resistance, instant bottom wick. No, not really. NQ getting all the fun again. I think it's crazy how much we have seen recently. How much more NQ has been moving at the London Open than gold recently. It's very, very rare that you see that, but it's been happening a lot recently. Gold's stuck in this very, very, very tight range here, guys. Although I absolutely would love to take a trade here with you guys, I can't justify trading this price action. Oh, yeah, that's true, Sean. That's true. Yeah, what if that would include prop firm income? Yeah. That's true. Yeah, is Trump still is he still in Europe? I think he's still in Europe. Exactly, man. 1 mini 20.7 counts. Man, absolutely. Less. So 30-minute close here on gold, guys. You kind of close holding the support. This 30 minutes opening and instantly pushing down. To me, this could hold some support and pull back. If we start to reject the support, I might see if we can buy off this support as it's rejecting and see if we can flip. There's no real top wick on this 30-minute either. There's a very, very little one here on the currency chart, but not really. Let's see if we can maybe have some fake out plays here. Yeah, I wonder if that does include prop firm capital. I'll have to ask my good old friend ChatGPT. I think Switzerland's very hard to move to as well. I don't think they have like a nomad visa. I don't think they have like a business visa or something, but yeah, Switzerland Monday would be amazing. Yeah, using your own capital, turning a profit from futures typically remains tax-free if you respect the safe harbor thresholds. Wow, that's crazy. Wealth tax applies typically around 0.3 to 0.5% a year. That's insane. All right, next retreat is happening in Switzerland. Yeah, the most zen place ever. Yeah, it looks. That's why I want to move there, man. That's what I want. I want the charts, nature, and man, that's all we need. Yeah, it probably wouldn't. That's actually a good point. It probably wouldn't. Man, I'd love to move there, man. Trading Edge, man. I don't have a passport, but if you want to get married, we can get married, and then I can get a passport that way. I don't think I can. Yeah, literally, bro. Yeah, sounds like a dream. That's all we need, and a dog as well. Need Sammy there as well. You don't need a visa, really, for Switzerland, because of Brexit stuff. It's very hard for me to move anywhere in Europe without a visa. That's all we need, man. That is all I want. I don't know if that's because that's what trading's done to me, or that's just me getting older. But that is pretty much all I want. Nice house in nature. We've got the dog, we've got the girlfriend, we've got the charts, I've got streaming with you guys. Man, that's all we need. Yeah, 100% all at the same time. Absolutely, man. That's all we need. I'm not convinced by this gold push down, though. Yeah, you're not in the EU, but you're still part of the Schengen zone, right? I believe it's man, it's so confusing. Brexit really messed up for us. You'll be seeing the charts in a good way. You'll just be able to read. The candlesticks will be just jumping out at you, man. That's what you want. They'll be talking to you. Getting Oz passport. I don't think even on an Australian passport. I've got a British passport and a New Zealand passport, but it doesn't really help. I don't think. I think the most I can go to Switzerland is like 90 days. Yeah, 3D charts. Yeah, 3D charts. See how cheap Finland houses are? No, Finland, really? I thought Finland would be quite expensive. Decent close there on gold, guys. Still no top wick on this current push. This is the first sign of a breakout here. How much volume we got? The first sign of a push. 25 ticks in that 5 minutes. Not bad. The fact there's no top wick on his 30 is concerning. You're walking inside them. Yeah, NFP prediction. Yeah, what does everyone think? What do we think NFP is going to do here for today for gold? I mean, I do like the overall sells on gold. I do still believe there's a lot of untagged highs though. Right now, I don't really have an NFP bias. Obviously, you know, sells as my overall downside target on gold into 3,300. But for the current monthly candle in August, I think you might top wick a little bit more. So you got potential NFP to push gold higher before we get some more sells. Obviously, gold has been very, very bearish since the end of July, just straight pushing down. But the fact that we haven't really had any sort of retracement, which if I'll fix up this fib after. The fact we haven't had any real significant retracement here makes me think it can come at any point. You know, it doesn't mean you start buying for no reason, but yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised to see NFP have a squeeze high. Probably got some trend lines coming down as well. Maybe you might come and target these lows here before you see that push. Starting to get some volume here on gold, guys. First sign of volume here this morning. There's no 15-minute closure for me just yet, though. This kind of 15 minutes open to no top wick and just rip down. Does that mean NQ finding any support yet? A little bit. Yeah, NQ had a huge sell-off here. Again, though, like I said, I think the sells on NQ and ES were, you know, towards the end of Asia pre-London, not down here from when we jumped on personally. Closing the chop, yeah, nice, good man. Forecast is 110. Last month's 147. Yeah, nice. Let me just have a quick look at the US dollar. I very rarely look at the US dollar index, but let me just have a quick look. Sometimes it's good just to have a overall high time frame understanding. Let me see. Yeah, US dollar's looking very bullish. We've had a very nice bounce, which is sending gold low, but we actually on the US dollar we're coming back into a major breakout. Wow, look at that. Let me show you guys on Zoom. How do I change my screen? Massive potential monthly fake out here on the US dollar index, which is kind of good because, like I say, I can see August being a very bearish month for gold. And looking here at the US dollar, it looks like the US dollar can gain some strength. And if the US dollar is going to get stronger, then gold is going to get much weaker. And even if we take a big fib here, again, you know, since we pushed down in pretty much the start of the year, there's been no real significant pullback. Like you could easily pull back to like 50% here on the US dollar, and that would give a very decent sell-off for gold. That's a very big monthly fake out there. Last time you closed bearish and then closed bullish, you had a lovely push higher. So yeah, this is why I guess it goes nice with what we're saying anyway, with overall potential sells on gold back down even into. Let me move my screens back. Where are we? Yeah, overall sells on gold this month. You know, we could easily be back down at 32.50, easily. Back down at these lows, 32.50, maybe even 3,200. You know, there's been no real significant pullbacks on gold for the whole entire year. This is where we opened in January, we've just been straight pushing up. So a pullback this month would be nice. Like I say, August can be one of the most quietest months, but then I look at this higher time frame, I actually think August could be a pretty decent month. Decent sell-off here on gold, guys. No entry for me here. They just opened and just pushed down. I don't yet, Matthew, man. I don't yet. I will try and get one though, man. I do still use it, but I will try and get one. 4-hour inverse right shoulder. Let me see, man. Are you on the currency or the futures? Let me go back to there's my currency chart because the 4 hours close a little bit different. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I'm looking at the 4 hour here on the currency. If you grab the highs and close bearish, then there's a high chance you're going to come down for the previous 4 hour lows. This is a decent sell-off here. It's a shame they're just, you know, not a bit of a breakout, and then we can take it. You just open and just rip down out of nowhere. I'm not going to chase this before NFP. I'd like to see a closure, top wick, and then I'd short it. Yeah, definitely, Matthew. Yeah, I'll keep you updated for sure, man. Absolutely. Remind me. I'll try and post it on Instagram if I do, man. Average tick goal, it depends on how much the markets are moving. Oh, guys, we are 9,999 followers on Instagram. One more follower and we're hitting 10K on Instagram. Yeah, my average tick gain, I mean, on my funded account, like I'm going for like maybe 30 to 50 ticks. Ideally, it's what I'm aiming for. Like I say, sometimes, you know, the markets might give you more, sometimes the markets might give you less. It depends on the volume, but with the ranges that we've seen on gold recently, yeah, you know, you've been having some very nice moves. This time last year, you know, we would catch a move like this on gold, and it would maybe just about be like 20 ticks. Whereas now it's like, you know, 100 plus. So the ranges are so much more bigger now, so you want to be maximizing them more. Nice, Bruno. Oh, let's go. Just hit 10K. Appreciate you guys who just dropped a follow. Well, maybe that means we have to do a giveaway. Right now, appreciate it. We'll have to do a giveaway. I'll have to do a giveaway here today. 10K. Amazing. 10K giveaway. Yeah, 10K followers, 10K giveaway. I think I won it though. Yeah, 10K straight to Woo. Yeah. Congrats on Chow winning again. He always wins. Wins every year. Just followed. Appreciate it. And 10K. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hit your follow. Nice one, guys. Appreciate it. I do. I post some. I just post some daily updates throughout my day. So, you know, I post some. You know, when I'm trading Asia, I post some updates, stuff throughout my daily life. Congrats. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. So yeah, gold having a decent sell-off here, guys. There's just no entry. You just open and just push down. No top wick here at all. I don't want to trade this range. I want to see, you know, I want to see a breakout top wick and then I'll short it. But you just open and just rip down. I'm not convinced by this, guys. I'm not convinced by this. Don't forget me, Aaron. Who? Yeah, a bit of support in the future. Yeah, I honestly don't like sells here. I'm not going to chase this on gold. I honestly, I would love 50-minute fake out buys. Congrats, thank you. 10K followers means risk 10K on the next trade. All right, let's load up some longs. You ready? Who's with me? Yeah, I know. Yeah, remember, guys, it's pre-NFP as well, guys. It's pre-NFP. These week lows are on gold. Sorry, NQ look great. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback. I don't want to keep trying to call pullbacks, but again, I can't sell NQ this low. Crude, let's have a look. We haven't had a look at crude just yet. Remember, guys, always worth having a look at the monthly candle closures. You know, like I say, you don't have to check the monthly candle closures very often, but when the monthly candle just closed, it's worth having a look. So you end up closing very strong here on crude after you had a massive sell-off here towards the end of June. You've ended up pushing back higher. So I still like crude to continue pushing up on a higher time frame. But the fact the monthly has just closed, you'll see if you can wick down first and then go long. I dropped you a follow, Aaron. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Aaron, thank you, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, crude, I would say if you can come down and grab Wednesday's low, that could give some decent opportunities. So potential for intraday shorts here on crude. Even maybe back down into these lows here. Back down into 68s. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, that's what I thought. I swear there was news here this morning. Because this is a huge sell-off on NQ. Especially the European session. Absolutely massive sell-off. Out of nowhere as well. Yeah, short in there. Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, if you short it, I think the best shorts in NQ were in Asia. In terms of the London Open, when we jumped on it, was kind of just free-falling. I don't like to chase moves like this, especially not in the London session. You know, maybe in New York, you know, you get these big moves that follow through, but in the London session, you know, you never know if you're just going to tag the lows and then continues range. On the way to 11K, I know, man. Yeah, if we get to 11K by the end, that'd be great. And gold, guys, I'm not going to short gold. I'm not convinced by this short. I would be waiting for fake out buys back above. This range is very choppy. You know, we jumped up here at 730, kind of went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. No top wick, just push lower. Remembers when, yeah, who remembers when crude went to minus? I remember that. Yes, might have bottomed. I mean, the thing is, maybe it might have. Again, though, for the London session, like this is a huge push in the London session. I don't think it's just going to reverse out of nowhere. I think you'd very likely range. So I would say it's probably off the cards for at least the next 1 to 2 hours, personally. Like I say, this is a massive move in the London session. Massive move. So it's easy to look back and go, oh damn, I should have shorted this. But it's like, to get a big move like this in the London session is very rare. So it's not really a mistrade for me. I didn't really see any reason to short it. You know, these lows are great targets, but shorting it this low is yeah, it's kind of no real risk reward. But it's nice to see these selling off, because again, long-term stock buys towards the end of September are going to be very, very nice. Very nice. Like, look at this huge sell-off. NFP is going to be very, very interesting today. This is a big push pre-NFP. What do we have next week? Is next week a cleaner week? I think it is. This week's been a very crazy week, guys. I've maybe taken like a handful of trades this week. I've had to be very, very patient this week. What do we have next week? Next week, what do we have? We got PMI on Tuesday. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, next week should be a much cleaner week. 15-minute potential fake out buys here on gold, guys. Like I say, I'm not convinced by the short. I still like longs. Yeah, next week looks like a much easier week. This week's been a crazy fundamental week. That's why it's kind of been hard to take many trades here. I don't think the London Open have had many trades this week. A lot of the trades have been, you know, post news. But yeah, next week should be easier. Yeah, I sold a lot of my stocks, Brian. I've scaled out of a pretty decent amount. I'm sitting on more cash than invested right now. I'm probably going to wait to buy more longer term stocks September time, maybe. I don't think I'll be buying anything in August. I do still have some holdings in Apple, Meta, and AMD. AMD is only a small runner for me now. I'm long in AMD from like 98s. And I have... Where are we? Where are we? How do I share my screen? Here. Yeah, I'm long AMD from all the way back down here. I would love to see us come back for a big pullback before buying more. But yeah, I've cashed out of a lot of the stock gains. Nvidia was long from like back down at like 120s or something. Invest in any index funds or just individual stocks? Nah, just individual stocks, man. The thing is, you know, you could just invest in indexes if you didn't want to individually pick stocks. But to be honest, like, I feel like with basic technical analysis, you can read stock charts pretty well. So I personally prefer to build my own sort of pool. Yeah, I prefer to individually pick my stocks. Against the shorts, yeah, there's no top wick on the 30. There's no risk reward. There's also no downside targets. I'm looking at gold here on my currency chart on the 4 hour, and you're selling right into support. Yeah, I agree, but yeah, so many indexes are so overextended, and that's why it's kind of nice, because August and September is typically the most bearish month. So if we can get some great pullbacks, I think there could be some big buying opportunities towards the end of the year, which is kind of what I'm waiting for now. But yeah, the reason I'm not against shorts. There's just no top wick on the 30, and I also have no downside targets. You're almost selling right into support. Here, I have no downside targets, and that's why you're kind of seeing an instant rejection here as well. I like this. I can see gold coming for more of a pullback than downside. Yeah, I can see gold having a push. Yeah, but the only way I would short gold is if you actually break the support. You're even on the futures chart, you're right down at support, It doesn't. I don't want to. I don't want to be a seller there. I want to be a seller. You know, if I'm selling gold, it's back at resistance, or maybe once you broke out here and gave a top wick, but you open and push down. You know, you short here, you look back and you go, oh damn, I got stuck short and right at support. Big fake out level. Previous 4 hour on the futures was bullish, so. Yeah, these lows could be nice here on gold. The only way I'd short gold is if you actually break out here. Because this candle has no top wick, I can't short it yet. But if it actually breaks out and you top wick, then yeah, you could look to short these lows. But you'd want to see this candle close below, pull back, and then you get your short. The reason I can't short this current 30 is because there's no top wick. If there's no top wick, it means it can be created at any point. At this point, it looks like it might not be created, but that's fine. Just wait for it to close. If it closes below, then great, you got shorts down into here. And then that'll be your range. Which, if you wait for this candle to close, top wick, that's still where'd I go? That's like a 70 tick range. 70 tick range pre NFP, $600. That's a great range. But you want to see this candle actually close below. Yeah, very, very, very small one. There is a little one, but it was that quick that I still wouldn't have shorted it. Yeah, you're right. There is a very small top wick on the futures. Sorry, currency. So there's a few reasons why I wouldn't short this on gold. Like I say, the only way I would short is if this 30-minute breaks out, you're also going to get that hourly breakout, and then great, that can also confirm the move. But before this hourly's closed below, you're selling right into support. So rather than selling into support, wait for the candle to close, top wick, and then take your short, and you've got clear targets down into here. Yeah, tariff news, yes. Let me see. Where's the live feed? Let me see. Just some France PMI, Italy PMI, Spain PMI. I don't think that would give gold a big push. But yeah, like I say, guys, it's pre NFP as well, guys. Don't overthink moves too much. It's pre major US dollar news. Like I said to you guys, I think London for me this week's been very, very quiet. But like I was saying to the guys yesterday, so this week might be quiet. You might not take that many trades, but next week when there's not as much volatile news, you could have great opportunities every day. And if you force trades on days pre NFP or pre FOMC or pre GDP, you're going to kick yourself. And that's what I was saying to the guys yesterday. It's not about trying to get consistent in trading isn't about trying to take more trades. It's about trying to take less bad trades. Yes, Matty, 50% commission. That's what they're doing, man. That's what they're doing with your fund. They're just buying stocks and buying index funds and happy to make you my power of attorney. Done deal, man. Done deal. Build your own Superman. That's what I do. Build your own super. No, it's good if you have a job and you've got a company that's putting money into it. I personally do mine myself. Yeah, my stocks is kind of like my one-day retirement fund. I'd love to get stocks to like 7 figures and you make 10% a year. Man, you're laughing. Got 1K this week. It's amazing. 200-ish per day on a week like this week. That's fantastic. This has not been an easy week to trade for gold anyway. A lot of the moves have happened at I think it's pretty much all New York session. But yeah, and ending up a week like this week, NFP, there was some futures rollovers, there was a lot of earnings, NFP day, that's amazing. Good job. Yeah, nice one, Brett. I'll talk to you soon, man. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Enjoy Bali, man. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, if you guys have got green this week, man, don't give it back on a day like today. Pre-NFP, don't force it. You've done very well. Like I say, this week's been a exceptionally quiet week for me, and that's okay. You're gonna have quiet weeks, and you're gonna have great weeks. You're gonna have winning weeks. You're gonna have losing weeks. The biggest thing is knowing when to trade and when not to trade. And unfortunately, there's no top wick here. This is just a trade I can't take. So to me, there's no mistrades here. Up 2,000 this week. There you go, Nico. Beautiful work, man. 2,000's huge, man. Huge. It's amazing. Whether it's funded account or, you know, whether it's combine, it doesn't matter. That's a green week. It's a green week. Good job. 650 on the combine. Yeah, nice work, Harry. Amazing. Amazing work, man. Amazing. Like I say, it's been a very, very, it's very rare that you get weeks with as much news as we have seen this week. You know, I think we had news like huge red folded news from Tuesday all the way until today for the US dollar. So a lot of the moves have been, you know, ranging leading up to that news and then trades out of it. So up 1.5k this week on the funded. Amazing, man. Amazing. Beautiful. And even if you guys have maybe had a little bit of a losing week, you know, that's totally fine. I think there's a misconception in trading that you're going to be green every single week and green every single month. It's not going to happen. As long as you're managing risk, that's all that matters. Only traded 1 XFA this week, 2 trades in total, sitting at minus 14 ticks. Matty, that's amazing. Minus 14 ticks is amazing, man. Minus 14 ticks is very, very impressive. Crashed and burnt my combine. Hey, again, it happens. As long as we're learning from it. You know, if you guys have lost fund accounts or you've lost combines, you know, just learn from it and you know, we move forward. It's like I say to you guys, it's okay to have losing weeks and losing months. It's part of the business. You're never going to be, you know, it doesn't matter what level you get to in trading, you're going to have down periods. It's completely okay. For me, if I ever feel like I'm in a bit of a down period, which has kind of been the price action this week, I'll just trade less. And I'm pretty happy with that. To me, not trading is also still winning. Whereas to a lot of people, if they're not trading, they're not doing anything. Whereas to me, it's the complete opposite. If I'm not in a trade, I haven't lost money, I've protected my capital. That's my #1 goal here, is to protect my capital, make money second. I know sometimes, you know, trust me, I want to take trades here with you guys as much as you want me to take a trade. But what I won't do is just trade ranges for the sake of it. We have to follow the plan. And when the plan comes up, you guys have seen it works very, very well. You just have to be patient with gold, especially pre-news, because you're just waiting for the news. You know, when you guys get to a point of trading full time, you know, if you see you have NFP today, you just take the morning off. Enjoy life. We got into trading for freedom, so allow yourself to have that freedom aspect. Seems like a pullback. Learn a lot from you. Thank you, man. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Close the gold sales. Nice, nice, nice. Yep, cool. Oh, NQ's bouncing, really. I would like NQ to bounce. Let's see, let's see. Hourly closure coming in here. Oh, yeah, nice. This is good. This is nice. That leaves some very nice targets for later on. If this starts to break out, yeah, like to me, that's the reason I haven't shorted NQ here, because this to me looks very overextended. This could easily, you know, pull back. I mean, you may range this. Like I say, this is a very decent move for the London session. A very, very decent move. You may range, but pre-New York could be very interesting for NQ today. Remember, you have non-farm payroll 1:30 London time, guys. So be careful trading before that. First time here. Thank you, man. Welcome. Listening to your trading from Germany. Cool, man. Cool. Thanks for respectful words about success or loss. Really like the attitude. Absolutely, man. It's part of the game. Part of the game, part of the business we're in, man. Like I said, it doesn't matter what level you get to. We're in the business of losing. And that's why we have to become good losers. Yeah, NQ could bounce. You may have a hourly morning star play here. Like I said, you guys, you know, some people could, you know, I could sit here for an hour and not take a trade. Not because I don't want to trade, just because nothing's really presented itself. Like this 30-minute has no top wick. Okay, it's not my trade. Whereas a lot of people will be like, oh, I've sat here for an hour. I have to do something, surely. I've got to do something. Whereas I'm like, no, if I've protected my capital, that's a win. That's a win. Trader Higgs, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Would have loved to enter the weekend on a green. Hey, man, you've ended the week minus 14 ticks. That's amazing discipline. That's amazing discipline, man. Minus 14 ticks is honestly very, very good risk management. Can you trade with the Topstep from the phone? Yes, you can. You can use Topstep X on a web browser. Yep. Yep. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. I don't personally use it ever, but you can, yes. Yeah. Hey, you never know, mate. We can still get something here, man. I think it makes, I don't want to force it for NFP, but... Yeah, NQ's coming very... I think them Previous week closer is a great target on NQ. Yeah, no, I don't like to use it. I don't like to trade from my phone. Because if there's no top wick on the 30, it means it can be created at any point. Obviously here it hasn't, that's fine. But what you likely see is if this 30-minute opens and instantly pushes down with no top wick, it means that top wick can be created at any point. Because if you look at the formation of candlesticks, what do the majority of candlesticks have? They have top and bottom wicks, right? So if there's no top or bottom wick on a candle, and it just opens and pushes down like this, then it means with a, not has to, but you know, we're just here to trade in terms of probabilities. In terms of probabilities, if this opens and instantly pushes down, that could be a bottom wick for it to then flip back bullish. So if you try and chase it when it's down like here, before you know it, it can wick all the way back up, and then it just ends up being something like this, where it's just a big wick rejection. You get caught in the rejection trying to chase the trade. More times than not, obviously not here today, the lights have gone. More times than not, if you see a 30-minute open and just instantly push down, if you try and chase that, it can come all the way back up for that top wick. And we've actually seen it happen a lot of times on stream as well. A lot of times. So if I'm trying to get short on gold, well, what I want to see is I want to see this candle open, push up, so I know that this is the top wick. And then what I like to do is I like to put my sell stop on the low. And I'm saying to myself, when this candle flips bearish, I'm going to get tagged into my sell stop. I will risk off wherever the high of this candle is, and then that'll be my trade. But if there's no top wick and it opens and just pushes down, yeah, you don't want to chase it because it can push right back up. So, although it has closed with no top wick, be watching this high, because if you ever see a 30-minute close with no top wick, you can come right back for it. It's very, very rare that you do see this. So what you want to look out for is a bearish candle with no top wick and a bullish candle with no bottom wick. I would assume you'll probably see it more on high impact news days. It only really matters on the 30-minute. 30-minute and higher. Like no top and bottom wick on a 5-minute, it has no real relevance. But on the 30-minute and higher, yeah, it's very important. If I see a candle with no top wick, I won't chase the shorts. Yeah, I just answered, yeah. Got 6 minis. 6 minis loaded up, watches the 1 minute. Yeah, good man. Hey Aaron, do you remember 7 minutes ago when you said that there are some people bored and take trades because of that? Yep. Sadly, that was me 7 ago, obsessed to take a trade in my Express Line account. All week I was patient. I haven't spent the best tips NP. 25 tick loss. Hey, 25 tick loss is still good risk management. But yeah, it's easy to do. You know, like I say, you know, all of these things that I'm saying isn't because I'm some sort of genius or expert. It's because I would always be the one that would take in these trades out of boredom or feeling like, well, I've sat here for an hour, I've got to do something. Like all of these things that I'm sharing is what I used to do in my younger self. You know, I would sit here, I wouldn't see an opportunity, and I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, I've sat here for an hour. Like, I've got to do something. Let me just take something to get that dopamine fix. But yeah, it's one of the worst things you can do. And you know, sometimes you might get lucky, but we're not here to get lucky. We're here to do what consistently works over a long period of time. And if you feel like there's nothing really presenting itself right now, you know, be okay with just walking away. So decent hourly close there on gold, guys. You did close below the support, so if we can pull back, yeah, there's potential short down at these lows. This is kind of the first pullback we've seen so far here in the London session. For pretty much the whole time that we jumped on here, we jumped on at 7:30. You ranged for the whole time. Then by the time you did push down, no top and bottom wick on that 5 minute and just kind of chop. So not the cleanest of London sessions here for gold, which is a shame because it's my final trading day here in Australia. I was hoping we could get a trade here together, but you know, I was happy to risk some of my profits from Asia, but there's nothing really presenting itself. Like if you guys look at the markets now compared to the trade that I took in Asia, look how nice this trade was. You have an inverse head and shoulders, and you have clear targets. Easy trade. And you got good volume. You got volume, you pull back, and then you get your trade. You volume, pull back, and then you can take a trade. Great. We haven't done that yet. So if you compare what I took here opposed to what we're seeing right now, it's very, very different. There's no right now here. I don't really have targets. There's not been the greatest of volume, so therefore you just have to accept it. And I took these longs here. I took these longs into this trend line liquidity. My kind of thought process in Asia was a lot of people trying to short this. I'm trying to buy up into it. Not my final trading day here. Don't worry, the London the London streams are going absolutely nowhere. It's my final trading day here in Australia. I'm heading to Europe on Monday. Which, with that being said, guys, I won't be back to. Yeah, nice one, Jamie. I'll be back on. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll be traveling Monday and Tuesday, and then hopefully back to business on Wednesday. Back to business. Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. So, YouTube guys, I will wrap it up there. We've been on for an hour and a half. No trades with me here in the pre-London London Open session. We do have NFP today, so I wasn't really expecting too much. Gold's kind of created a bit of a range. NQ did have the nice move, but it's just a little bit too overextended for me. So I will head out. It's 6 o'clock my time here on Friday. I appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. We've had a great week in the market, shared a lot of value with you guys. And I'll be back on Wednesday. So there'll be no stream Monday or Tuesday. I'll see you guys back here again on Wednesday. And then we'll look to crush the markets next week with hopefully a nicer volume and not so much crazy news. So appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. Remember, drop a like to Topstep YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys back again on Wednesday. Have a great weekend. Don't blow your account trading NFP. Trade smart. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.